Chika. I'm here with a cup of tea and a Chucky digestive, ready to get ready for the pod. And we've been doing some numbers over the last week on TikTok. We had a little dip with some of our shorts content, but seems like we've come back flying and upset a whole fan base in the process. I had a video that I clipped up from a while ago of the Match P pod, and it's about Jaden Ummer. I feel like I've put a whole social media platform onto one player. If you haven't realised in this podcast, I'm sarcastic a lot. Get to know. It's cool. Jaden Ummer follows us now. Yeah. Very, very happy with that.
He's a lefty.
He's a lefty. And that's done views. And I'm glad I've put people onto him now. Even though some people on the internet said I should have known he had a pre-contract agreement at 16 years old with Benfica. But, you know, silly me. But I posted a video on you talking about Newcastle from the last pod. And it's fair to say you got a bit of hate, Cheeks. And some of the comments are like clueless, doesn't know what he's talking about. But do you want to remind people of the result this weekend?
Seems like it's a bit cloudy up north. I think a lot of their judgment's been a bit skewed. Yeah. Tyneside, I would say. But, you know, I stepped up to provide clarity. More than happy to do, though. But yeah, after this round of fixtures, we can see that the teething problems that I mentioned with Newcastle appear to be true.
Should we go through some of the comments?
Yeah, we can go. I'll dissect each of them.
Okay, you've
some of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's a lot of them.
Has podcast setup bundles been on offer at Curry's or something?
They have, and we're all making very good use of it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
All he's saying is that they're not a tourist attraction.
That can be true. That may be true.
Okay. They miss St. Maxi.
They do. They miss someone of that ilk.
Okay. Arsenal fan, ?
I'm a gooner. What can I say? But a gooner with sense.
Both things can coexist, by the way.
That's part of the point I was making.
Okay. I can tell he's an Arsenal fan.
Good. That's a bonus.
Positive comment.
Yeah.
I fully agree. Got to be able to control the game without having to outrun and battle every second of the game. It's not a sustainable idea when competing on multiple fronts.
There's different sides to football. Like, yes, you need to have that ability to get in them, which Newcastle have an abundance of. But it's like, when it comes to like controlling the game, they're almost there with that. They got Bruno, Tonali, great players, and like being able to keep it ticking, keep the ball moving, great pivots to have in your team. But then it's like, you need that extra player to take the pressure off them a little bit and create that chance or create space for them to do their magic. And I feel like that's where they're lacking.
Arsenal waste time from corners, mate.
Irrelevant.
Okay.
Any Joe Linton ones?
Oh, okay.
My boy. Bring Big Joe to the front.
Here we go. Okay, no, wait. This is a really good one. These conversations are so boring when it's coming from someone who doesn't watch Newcastle consistently enough to have this view. Newcastle have gone from 19th to twice top 5 in 3 seasons. The team has to evolve, but outside fans have this unrealistic view that it's going to happen overnight and they know best. Neutral fans need to show more respect to what Howe has actually done with this team.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't think there's a fan base, or like proper fans that know watch football, that don't respect what Newcastle do and how much they probably deserved some of the success they've had over the past 2 or 3 years, and you know, getting the new owners after having like such a horrid owner in Mike Ashley. But I watch a decent amount of football. I know my football, and I still stand by my comments. Maybe some people were a bit confused by what I said, but no Newcastle fan can tell me that they've started the season, they're happy with the start to the season. No Newcastle fan can tell me that. You can be like, oh, we've come so far, but at some point you gotta it's always something to improve on. Look at Liverpool fans were top of the moon last year, and now look, they're still in the top four, but their heads are gone. For what reason? We know why.
Has he ever watched a football match in his life?
Nah, you know what? I haven't yet. Not a full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets too much. After 60 minutes, I'm like, it's too tiring. Just leave the stadium.
Tax podcast equipment.
I think that's really taxed, mate.
Yeah. Good answer. Countered his own argument. Bruno and Tonali love heart. You didn't counter your own argument. You made the point that they are technical players. Newcastle need more.
I feel like people didn't listen. I feel like they watched the first half of it and then start typing. At the end, you can see I was critiquing them. I was like, how much I love Bruno.
Yeah, I agree. Arsenal fans, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face.
There must be a Joe Linton one there somewhere.
Yeah, let me see.
Someone said that.
Someone just commented, "Oh dear." Mostly waffle though. Agree that we need an upgrade on Joe Linton at some point. Ramsey has looked good so far in that role. To be fair, so how's it mostly waffle if the end point is right?
I don't know what's going up north. I spoke to one of my boys, my Newcastle fan that one of my best mates from uni. Yeah, sent him the video. He said he saw it on TikTok already, but he was like, what did he say? He said that Newcastle should hire me as the next technical director.
So
he said I hit the nail on the head. But
to be fair,
some fans.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of them. There are a fair few that agree too, but it's just what really annoyed me by it is I don't really care too much about what random people have to say on our opinions. Fuck it. But what annoyed me about it is just before you have an opinion, please watch a whole video. Please do that.
Or at least some people just don't know how to. They failed fucking comprehension at school.
Yeah, it's
listen to what I'm saying at least, man, and then we can have a discussion about it. But don't get me wrong. If you think I'm wrong, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But at least don't be like, what do you mean we haven't got technical players? Bruno and fucking Tonali are one of the best players. I know that. I said that.
What I was trying to illustrate with some of the comments as well. I don't usually get annoyed, but it's just we're not saying Newcastle. You open it by saying how much of a great club it is, how well they've done, and all we're saying is they need to move away from this narrative slightly and just add a bit of creativity. We're not saying get rid of passion. That's what makes the club so great. That's the point you're making at the start. The whole point of you getting into them has made you a great club. We've acknowledged that. All you're saying is add a bit of creativity on top. Add a 10. Add a Gibbs White. Maybe the Erdegaard and Eze comparisons were very Arsenal of us. Fair enough. Hold my hand up in regards to that. But it's no secret that Newcastle could do with a bit more creativity to break down teams and dominate games instead of winning it, the physical battle, and getting the players pumped up. I think the best comment was, you need different layers to your game when you're fighting on multiple fronts, especially in the Champions League. And it's an incredible accomplishment what Newcastle have done. It's a fantastic club. It's full of fantastic players. But every team can improve. Arsenal can improve. City can improve. Everyone can improve. And essentially what you were saying is Newcastle built a foundation that they can now build on, but they're not quite building on the foundation that they've built yet. That's all it was.
They need to get out of this mentality of they're underdogs. I think once, obviously they are, but you need to start building a team which, I'm saying, you can become a classical top 6 team in a moment of, I think, in one window. I'm not saying, I know that there's budget restrictions and FFPs there and you can't spend as much money as you have, and I know all of that, but it's just when you keep making some signings that you're making and you're not really, I don't feel like the profiles suit some of the players. I feel like it's hard. I know how hard it is to make transfers and get the right players and get the ones that you actually want, but I don't understand some of the things going on at the club, which can stop them from being a legitimate 4th best side in the league.
Yeah. And I'd say it's unfortunate that a lot of players clearly want to live in London and not up in Newcastle. Because I've been to Newcastle here and there, and I actually think it's a really lovely town.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's a really lovely place to be. It's also one of the best grounds in the country. We are nothing but praiseful, but I don't know. People want to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And again, we're not saying we're football experts, but I wouldn't say you were. I wouldn't say you were too wrong.
Look,
with what
Newcastle,
you're
just shout me if you need a bit of help on your thing. But obviously, it's not looking too well. What? Joe Linton hooked.
Yeah,
I was criticising him. Elanga hooked half time. These are the players that you're saying are good signings or you haven't played well with them. Joe Linton's a good player. I can see why he's a bit of a cult hero there, but he's not good enough if you want to be a top 4 team consistently. Like, get a better player in, get a player that can make you tick, create chances, not just a battering ram that just gets hyped up. Like, and can they play well in certain at home, or do you know what I mean? Like certain players like that. So I don't know. I think sign players that actually tell to your team's needs. You got Watermarder now. What's going to be the benefit of having Elanga just jinking down the touchline and not putting many good crosses in or not creating many chances? You need to get probably a mercurial player that is a bit shifty and can put a wand of a left foot cross into Watermarder, who can get on the end of things there and score more goals. I think having a cam ahead of Tonali and Bruno that can actually just unpick things. You can suggest who you want. We were merely making suggestions off the top of our head, like what players can pick out passes, but those are 2 players that you sign straight away. Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference. Like, you can actually start killing teams, putting teams away, the Brightons, the Fulhams, teams like sometimes you struggle against.
Yeah, it's mental, and Newcastle will get there. I think.
No, they won't.
They will if financial fair play decides to not stiff them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
they need to get a proper sporting director that can actually scout and fucking bring in their contacts. Yeah.
To be honest, I think the conclusion of this is if you're a Newcastle fan, you should be more frustrated at stuff. Like, I know it's hard because obviously you had the Ashley years, which are beyond comprehension, i.e. the trading ground, you name it. But there's still potential there, and shouldn't it be exciting that you can add to a team?
Yeah, to be fair, like they Ramsey that they just signed for Aston Villa, much better footballer than Joe Linton. Look, I feel like obviously I don't hate Joe Linton. I understand everything he's done for the football club, but I'm just saying there's time that you just move on. You just realise, okay, thank you, but you're gonna have to hold the bench, do some minutes on the side. It's like kind of like Ben White. Ben White, we loved Ben White. Like, Ben White was one of my favourite players, and like I couldn't ever dream of having another player at right back for Arsenal Football Club. But then Timber came along, and like, see the difference he's made to how we go forward, and his diversity and his ability to pick up the ball in any position on the field. Yeah, I would have never thought that Ben White would be dropped, or I'd be like comfortable with him out of the team because of what he brought. But now look, like, he can't get back in at all. No chance. So it's like, and we've gone up another level. So every team needs to evolve, and like, football is romantic, but sometimes you got to break up with the right players.
Oof, bars.
Do
you know who was nearly throwing bars at each other? Some officials in Forest. In Nottingham, rather. Not Forest. There's not a place called Forest. There's a place called Nottingham. I nearly did so well with that transition. I nearly done so well with that transition. Oh, good. Mental. 39 days. Is it 39?
Yeah, 39 is.
39 days, and then his sacking got announced with 39 words. Bars.
Jesus. 19 minutes after the final whistle.
It's almost like we both said this would happen. And not just us, everyone on planet Earth. I think even bloody Louis Spence could have seen this coming. I actually don't know if Louis Spence watches football or not. And I don't know why that came to my head.
Who's Louis Spence?
Dancer. Very, very camp man. He's just not someone I would associate with watching football. Who else? Who else is out there that you wouldn't associate watching football?
Susan Boyle?
Yeah, Susan Boyle could have seen this coming. It's mental, the fact that if you're Marinakis, obviously you're not going to be embarrassed because he's very mafioso. Would you be embarrassed? I would. There's this iconic photo of Maresca celebrating right next to him and him looking at them. But to embarrass a man like that, I've got no time for.
He's embarrassed. Probably in the past 6 months, he's probably embarrassed Nuno running onto the field and harassing him in front of the whole stadium to see and all the cameras. Like, just immature. Leave it for the behind the grounds. Fucking Morgan Gibbs White standing over him and like doing all that shit. Like, and now the club. You get to Europe. You have the manager that got you there, and you're now, sorting out some pasta with him. You brought in a new sporting director who doesn't get along, and you're not creating a harmony for everyone to coexist and run the football club well. So now you've embarrassed the club. You started the season poorly. You've made rash decisions to get out the manager that got you there, and you got in probably one of the worst performing managers in the league, at least in the past 5 or 6 years with what he's got. And you sacked him within 39 days. And you're embarrassing in the way that you did it as well. Guy hasn't even left the stadium, hasn't let anything settle. You don't make decisions straight off the bat. Like, I know it's been tough.
Yeah.
But you don't make decisions like that. Like,
especially when you were goading him into this job over the summer, and that's how you upset Nuno.
He was doing his buddy a favour because you're both of Greek heritage, and like you thought you could just slide him, and you thought it'd be a magical story, and like,
even though it's the complete opposite to the way Nuno plays. And also, if you're gonna do that, have the awareness that if you're going to completely change the way you play, it's going to take some time. And so if results are bad and you want to rebrand yourself for an attacking way of football, you need to give it time.
I really do think Ange's unlucky. Like, watching the extended highlights back, like, Forest had some good chances, man.
There was that one of Igor Jesus where he hits like both posts.
Yeah, like, it was just, they had some good chances. Like, really and truly, it could have been 2-0 at half time. Game out of sight. Obviously Chelsea could come back and probably would have scored 1 or 2 goals. But it's just, to lose 3-0 after the course of that game,
it's the Mr. Marinakis thing that I find bizarre. Mr. Marinakis. It's weird. It's weird. I find it odd. I find the Edu role there odd. Everything just feels odd. It feels off. I don't know. Apparently Mancini's been lined up for the job.
I didn't think he was still in football.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was he the one that won the Euros with Italy? I think he was, Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, so he's obviously a good manager. But you're going back, is Mancini defensive minded? I can't even remember the way he set up. If he's been coached in Italy, he definitely is.
Italian coaches tend to be, I guess. But, he did City for a while.
Yeah. I can't remember the way Mancini sets up for the life of me. Yeah, I don't know. I just got no words for it. Ange, unlucky. The way he got hired, unlucky. The way Nuno got sacked, unlucky. And there's only one finger to point. It's mad. If I'm a Forest fan, I'm so conflicted because obviously without Marinakis, they're not in the Prem. But then to make so much progress under Nuno, bring Edu in, cause that friction, go behind Nuno's back, talk to Ange, have Ange talk to your associates, create this kind of coup over Nuno, and then have this happen. It's like, I feel like this is the biggest example. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's made for some bloody good TV though.
Good.
What actually made me feel a bit uncomfortable was him doing the press conference after he got sacked. Yeah. And like he goes to sit, all I've seen is him sit down in the chair and like he looks all over the shop. Like I don't know if they had a fight in the tunnel or not. I'm not here to say that, but it's actually quite sad. It's genuinely quite sad. I think it's sad for both Nuno and Ange.
You know what? Ange is like definitely one of the good people out there in football. It's just the game is so damning sometimes. Like there's been so many good parts to when he's kind of been in the Premier League. Like you've seen his charity work, his ability to talk to certain people when he's cheerful, but the way that he's obviously been villainized and just made fun of and all of these things. I know he was at Tottenham before, but like he was well liked when he was kind of in a good mood and like things are going well for his career. And you can tell that any of the players that he's kind of worked with only speak glowingly of the impact he's made on them. So it's like, it's sad to see such a good guy in football just probably wither away and like probably have one of the lowest, even despite winning a Europa League, probably has one of the lowest years he's probably had in a long time, just because of shit hasn't really gone his way. But yeah, I feel sorry for him. He's obviously a good man, loves the game, loves to coach, has immense belief in himself, but you know, the game's cruel.
100.
You know, it's very unforgiving, but I'm hoping that he'll bounce back and maybe find a club.
I think he should take over the Oz job. I think he'd do a really good job there, like international. Has he been Oz manager? No, I don't think he has.
I don't know, man.
Has he? I think he might have.
He might have been in coaching stuff, I think.
Oh, he has managed Australia for 4 years. He has managed Australia, but yeah, why not go back? Do a good job. Enjoy yourself. Have home and have fun where you grew up. Like that's what I do anyway. Now, Cheeks. Chika. I've been kind of refraining from watching the international break because one, I never really care about England during the international break because it's just boring. So I usually follow Ireland in the qualifiers.
How'd you do that to yourself?
I don't know, especially when Josh Cullen and Malumbi's in the middle. Although Malumbi is really good against Portugal. Now,
Malumbi, who's that?
West Brom centre midfielder. Used to play for Brighton. Good player. Now, done well in the end. Beat Armenia. 1-0, Ferguson. Can't bag for Roma, but bag for us. That's all right. But we played Portugal.
Can't bag at all. Yeah.
And we somehow played really well. Don't know how, but did. Held them out. Did park the bus a bit. Actually, I do know. We parked the bus really badly. But I love that with Ireland. Just hoof it long. It's so nice to watch after watching Arsenal. It's like 2 stars. And it's just hitting hope. And there's something really addicting about watching that. I kind of understand Chelsea fans now. And there was a penalty save in it by, I think, a very underrated keeper. A keeper that's helped Liverpool win the League Cup in the penalty shootout. And a keeper now that has saved 6 out of 11 of the penalties he's faced. And a keeper now... Faced. And a keeper now who has saved 6 out of 11 penalties that he's faced in games. Do you want to know the last 3 penalties he saved?
Tell me.
Kylian Mbappe, Bruno Fernandes, and in this game, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think more respect needs to be put on this man's name. That is... Even if Donnarumma did that, even if Raya did that, we'd be talking about it in glowing terms. Not only is this guy good at saving penalties, he's unbelievably good with his distribution. And I think a big shadow's been overcast on Kelleher because he was number 2 to Alisson. And I'm sure Liverpool fans won't feel that way. As one, they would have watched Liverpool more, and 2, there was a period at Liverpool where he was making some incredible saves when Alisson was injured, and you just felt quite bad for him. And at Brentford, I'd say he's done a really good job. And for me, if I'm a top 6 keeper, if I'm a top 6 club right now, and I'm in need of a new keeper, i.e. Chelsea, I'd be looking straight at Kelleher. I think I don't know why he's slept on, but he's got a bit of everything to his game. I think he slept on a bit because when you see him in goal, he looks a bit unorthodox. He doesn't move the same way other keepers do. And I think that's what makes him him. But to save 6 out of 11, and the last 3 penalties you've saved have been Mbappe, Fernandes, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Look, I'm biased because my family are from Cork. But Quiveen Kelleher, Put some respect on this man's name. Put some respect on this man's name. If Kelleher wasn't playing for Ireland right now, they would be in a way worse position than they already are.
It
And
can't get worse than this.
well, it can goal difference wise. He has been incredible, and I think he's been one of the most underrated players for the last couple of years. And I'm really happy that people are starting to notice it now, because it's undeniable with him. Look, I'm not saying he's the best keeper in the world, but those stats are insane.
Do you think maybe in 2 years, maybe when he starts to improve, he's still what, mid-20s?
Yeah, he's a year younger than us. Yeah, mid-20s.
So could he get a move to a bigger club?
I think he deserves to.
Cheeky little Barcelona.
He gets sunburned. If you're in the sun, he'd need a cap. He'd look like Chris Kirkland.
Out for 3 weeks with sunburn.
But yeah, I think if I'm a Chelsea and I'm looking to replace Sanchez, I'd be looking at Kelleher. And the problem is now, I think you look at his stats and you look at what he's done and you look at his career now, you're probably looking a bit more glowingly at his time at Liverpool because of what he's been doing. Yeah, I just think he deserves a lot more respect, and I don't think people are talking about him enough. And that is my take.
I know. It's looking good, man.
You have nothing to say.
Nope.
One thing you said you do have something to say on is Osimhen.
Osimhen, yeah, since we're talking about international break, I think this was an extremely stressful one for me. You know, I'm kind of like you, kind of torn between two nations. But yeah, I think if I had to choose, actually, wait, before we get onto this, if you were a footballer,
yeah,
and you made it to the international stage, you're bursting onto the scene. Ireland came calling, England came calling. Who you picking?
Do you know what? If I was younger, I'd say Ireland in a heartbeat, but I don't know how to feel anymore, really. The more, I'm just going to be honest on the pod, the more I get older, the more, I need to be careful how I phrase this. It would take a while for me to be accepted because I'm from England of Irish descent. And I know that's not every Irish fan, but there's obviously the whole Plastic Paddy thing. And of course, I am a Plastic Paddy because, actually, do you know what? Screw it. I'm not saying I am Irish. I'm just saying I'm Irish descent.
No, say what you are, bro.
Well, I've got Irish citizenship. I've got a passport. I can vote in the elections. I can live there.
You're Irish, bro.
Exactly.
I'm Irish.
Yeah, love it. Well, same patron saint, mate. That's what I'm saying.
Out in green as well.
Out in green.
Green shoes.
Green shoes.
Green hat.
Green hat.
Green eyes.
Green eyes.
Jesus.
I am just the Emerald Isle. I don't.
If you want to play for your country, play for your fucking country. If anything, it'll be more respect for you to turn down England and play for Ireland. Literally, how many Irish players are playing for England right now? Harry Kane, Grealish, Rooney. Look, come on, bro. Imagine being the one to reject England. Bellingham. Yeah, well,
but that's how his Real Madrid move got made easier because he's got an Irish passport. There's a famous photo of Bellingham in an Irish kit. His dad's Irish. But he could. I think his mum's Jamaican descent though. So
yeah, I think they're broken up now.
Really?
Yeah, his parents broken up.
Oh, that's sad.
I think he cheated on her. Well, he's maybe not.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should steer away from it. All right, back to who I'd represent. To answer your question, I don't know, because I find a lot of Irish people have a problem with people with English accents talking about Ireland. That's the best way I'll put it. You can't be both English and Irish. I'm not saying I understand Irish culture in the same way that people grew up there. I'm just saying there are many elements to my upbringing here in London where I'd say there is Irishness to it. So I'm a mix of both. Shock, you can be a mix of both. And
so you playing for?
I don't know. I generally can't answer it anymore. I would be conflicted.
Yeah, well, I know that. Gun to your head, bro.
To make my grandparents proud, Ireland.
Okay, there we go. We finally got a fucking answer.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah.
You?
Huh?
You?
Nigeria.
Yeah, okay.
No doubt. It's just a different sort of acclaim that you get. don't get me wrong, playing for Nigeria is actually a lot of pressure, but
Yeah, like Iwobi gets a lot of shit.
But I think the amount of scrutiny and the amount of, you can get away from it in Nigeria because at the end of the day, when you go there, they're still going to show you love because you're a good footballer. If you have the ability to play for England and Nigeria, and you're playing that for Nigeria, you are going to be a good footballer. You're going to show your ability, and you're going to be, as long as the team does well, you can be heralded. Trust me, even Iwobi gets treated out there like a god. Trust me.
One player that does play for Nigeria and you want to talk on?
Yes, Osimhen. He didn't have the opportunity to play for another country, but thank fuck he didn't, because he saved us once again. It's another player that probably gets a decent amount of hate because of how we view him. We view him as like probably the best striker to ever play for us, and we've had some outstanding strikers. Maybe up there with Kanu, but we've had Obafemi Martins, we've had Yakubu, and I believe he's only like half a dozen goals away from being our top goal scorer all
You've
time.
had more than that. I can think. You've had loads of amazing strikers.
Yeah, Emenike, Musa. Like we've had some. Yeah, we've been blessed with strikers.
Who's the guy that played in Russia? Was he Nigerian?
He was a winger, no? Oh, we had Emenike, yeah.
There was a guy who played for CSKA, Moscow. Maybe it's Musa. I think it might be Musa.
Yeah, the really quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Musa.
Yeah.
Musa. But yeah. Anyway, I'm sure you might have seen it, but we've had a disastrous qualifying campaign for the World Cup and everything. Ever since the reshuffle, basically, we had the top team goes through, and then for the best 4 second place people, there's a playoff. There's a series of one game playoff. So majority of the whole campaign, we've been like between 3rd and 4th. We drew like 5 of our first 6 games, and we had like Rwanda in there, Benin, and like South Africa were the only ones that were kind of like Bafana. They were the only ones that actually like to be fearful of. Anyway, this international stage was actually probably very important for us because we had to win both our games, and we hadn't been able to do that in any of our international breaks. We'd either drawn or lost one. So we weren't full of confidence, but we won the first game. I think we should have won by 2 goals to make it easier for us, but I think we conceded a goal in the last minute. So it came down to the last game against top of the group, Benin, I believe. They had the most points.
Who do they even have in their team?
No one.
Okay.
Okay. No offense. No one.
Yeah.
Anyway, nervous game. Last time we had a game like that, they stormed the stadium. Like the fans went on the pitch, just ran after the players. Like it was bad. Anyway,
Sorry,
up.
I shouldn't laugh.
Step up. They literally tore the stadium to bits, shredded it. Same stadium that they were playing in this time as well. So the pressure was on. Steps up, Osimhen hat-trick. Just straight out the gates. 2 goals. I couldn't watch it because I was at work. It was like I saw 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals. Just bullying defenders in the air with 2 headers. Also scored a great finish as well in the first couple minutes, just to put everyone at ease. And I think that's just a legacy game that I think no matter what, he's given us a chance. We finished second in the group because South Africa won their last game. But also it's like we have to. So we finished second in the group now. We play a semi-final against another African team in Gabon, and then we have to play Cameroon or another team in the final.
Cameroon are quite good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. So we've got those 2 games. We have to play a semi. It's not home and away. 1 game in a neutral stadium. Once we finish that, another game in a neutral stadium. Once we finish that, we play the best of the rest, basically, for Asia, Australasia, Europe, and I think another one.
Oh, it's all got so complicated.
So basically, we have, I think, 3 or 4 games left to qualify for the World Cup, and it hasn't finished with just our conference. It's fucked. Do you know how mad that is?
Yeah, that's complicated.
So it's like a
5 finals.
5 finals. I think 4 finals that we have to play now.
Yeah.
Not even just against people in our conference, but
the mad one is Senegal. They look insane.
Yeah, definitely. The whole lineup is full of like European players or players
Yeah.
of pedigree. So
Yeah.
they're definitely one of the favourites for the AFCON
Who have
this
Cameroon
December.
got now? They've always been historically good, but I can't think of any of their players really.
And Ndiaye, is he Senegalese or Cameroonian?
Senegalese.
Yeah, Senegalese. I don't know, but they got some good players, bro.
Yeah. They're always good. They're like a historic.
We
They're like a historic team.
we
Cameroon.
should be there, and we should be there.
They'll bring
And
Roger Miller back out of retirement.
yeah, one thing I was
Roger Miller's Cameroonian, isn't he?
no idea.
I'm pretty sure Roger Miller's Cameroonian.
Hopefully,
Well, he won't be playing. But go on.
one thing before we move on, I'll probably say about Osimhen is that it's quite sad that someone that's probably viewed as a top 5 striker in the, I would say, in the world, maybe. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'd say he's up there.
You know, he's won African best player. He was top scorer for Napoli.
Won them Serie A pretty much.
Won them Serie A, was one of the best players in the league. Their best player probably in the league that season. He hasn't been able to get that big move to one of the big clubs or come to the Premier League and really showcase his level on an international stage. No disrespect to Napoli, he didn't really do that whilst he was there, but so people maybe don't realise his talents. But I'd love to see him get. Obviously, he's at Galatasaray smashing it at the moment. They love him there, but I'd love to see him get the opportunity and
Do you think he cares though?
100%. He rejected insane amount of money from Saudi just to get the opportunity to maybe.
That's bad because that's the narrative I've heard.
What?
That he just wants to get money.
Nah, it's not true. Like, if you saw the amount of money that he rejected, because obviously where Osimhen came from is like from the gutter. Like when I'm talking like poverty in Nigeria, that's where he came from. Like no food, no water. He was selling out on the markets. He was doing crazy shit for what a 10-year-old to 15-year-old might be doing. But for him to be now, like, if you want a cash grab. But he had an insane amount of Saudi money on the line and he rejected it.
Crazy.
Because he wants to still play in the Champions League. He wants still to be playing against the best and probably get a move to one of the best clubs. It's his dream. You know, he's a footballer first.
So lazy journalism then.
Very lazy journalism. Like, if he would have taken the money, he would have gone to Saudi.
Yeah.
Spent a nice 2 years there. Earned well and being a quadruple billionaire in Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, like.
Where do you think he should go?
Arsenal. I don't know. I felt Chelsea was. We spoke about this before.
Yeah.
You know, I think Chelsea was a good fit for him. But you know, look, if Gyokores can't pull his weight,
yeah, I could see him
on loan, eh?
Yeah, we'll talk about
January?
Gyokores. I want to talk about Gyokores in a second.
Perfect.
But I just went through clubs in my head there, and I don't know why my head landed on this one. But Atletico Madrid, I could see him doing amazing there, but Atletico kind of, they've not fallen off, but they're not as scary as they once were. Maybe I'm going to regret saying that after Arsenal playing this.
You probably won't see them get close to the Champions League final again in the next few years. But you know, they just beat Real Madrid 5-1.
Yeah, this is true.
Alvarez is still there smashing it.
Sorloth
is all right.
But he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well.
I don't know why. I just see Osimhen as an athletic striker.
He could do well there, but you know, I think he wants the Prem, man.
Chelsea.
I know what Nigeria is like. Not many people in Nigeria watch any other league apart from the Premier League, man.
It'd be really sad if he went Man United.
No, he's not going United.
Chelsea suits him to a T, don't it?
Yeah, but he's not young enough to go there anymore. They only sign players under 25. They have a rule now, no?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. I hear what you're saying, though. It's quite sad.
I'm just saying, I believe he's a winner. And that game against Benin showed how much of a leader he can be and how much he's willing to die on the pitch. He's hungry, man. So hopefully he hasn't missed the opportunity, probably his last opportunity, maybe the next year or so, to actually find a big club.
All right, we've been laughing a bit because I don't know, maybe it was just one man online who's also, I want to preface by saying this, a very lovely man and agreed to work with us when we had hardly any following. I mean, we hardly have any following now, but who was very polite about us. So, and we do think he's a nice guy, just to preface this. But the reactions are just gold. He's so good at what he does. John Morley. Morley.
Named after a chicken shop in South London.
Liverpool fans seem to be giving it the big one. And maybe it's because I found Morley talk. They've just lost to Man United, Cheeks. Are they as good as people think? Let's touch on this first. Because this is something I forgot that I wanted to touch on. Has Isaac,
He's playing like Isaac right now.
has he escaped a bit of criticism?
I think so. I think the heat has kind of been on Wirtz at the moment.
Yeah.
Florian Wirtz, whatever you want to call him. But he obviously hasn't performed to the level, and he probably has the benefit of more excuses adapting to a new league. He's actually created quite a few chances. You know, a deadly team that consisted of Gakpo, Salah, Szoboszlai, all these other players last year. They haven't been able to find a net at the same rate. So he can't be blamed too much for that. But Isak has been, you know, probably one of the best players in the Premier League for the past 2 seasons, especially one of the best strikers in the world, in my opinion. And you can always say that he's had, no pre-season. He's come straight back into the team with like very little levels of fitness. But at the same time, like, you're supposed to be one of the best players to be in this league, in the world, and he hasn't really had the impact yet. I'm sure he's gonna become good. Like, cream always rises to the top, as they say. So, but yeah, I'm just shocked about his ability. He was a ghost today.
Yeah.
He was a ghost. I saw him drag a tired shot in the 30th minute, and I was just like, bro, it's not the Isaac back in the day would just touch, bang, swing, at least have some vim behind it. He's a skinny man, but he can pack a punch. So I know that, I don't know, it's just shocking seeing Isak not being able to gel with certain players that I thought he'd probably be seamless with. But, it's very worrying times, I think, for Liverpool's attack. They haven't really been able to hit a barn door at the moment. They had Gakpo hitting the post multiple times. They had Salah fluffing chances he used to bury straight away, slicing them.
Yeah.
Just some of these players just look like a shell of themselves, especially Salah in himself.
And it's worrying when you've got Van Dijk papering over the cracks of a dodgy defence. Like, Gyokores has not performed to the standard he should. Robertson's been dropped for that. Frimpong hasn't done terrible, but he hasn't done great. And then Konate's just been an absolute mess. And I clipped up a short from the last podcast of us talking about them needing to get Guehi. If they had Guehi and Van Dijk right now, I think they're in a better position. Because you even look at the first game in the season when Konate's making those mistakes against Bournemouth, and Liverpool's have also papered over the cracks due to mainly an Ekitike run, who was really, really good. But now that they're struggling going forward, I think it's Van Dijk can only paper over so many cracks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd agree with you. It is worrying.
Very worrying.
But
I don't think Van Dijk is going to get away with it either. He's, especially the Chelsea game, kind of all over the place. Didn't come out to Caicedo today with the first minute. Them looking at C with Mbeumo scoring straight away from the left-hand side. Don't know what he's doing. I think a lot of this kind of is on Slot. He doesn't know his best team. He hasn't been able to make the same tweaks that he probably made last season to kind of stabilize them in all areas of the field. Hasn't been able to replace the players that he's lost in Diaz or Jota, rest in peace, and Trent. So I don't know, it's looking very worrying. Sometimes so painful watching Conor Bradley trying to pick one out and find a man on the opposite side of the field or put a ball in. It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not. I'd be worried, and it looked like Morley was worried.
To be fair, before this game, I'll be like, you know what, this is Liverpool. Like,
yeah,
I'm not getting ahead of myself as an Arsenal fan and thinking that we're out of sight, even though we've got favourable games and played the hardest games in the league, got them out the way. But I don't know.
This felt different today. This felt different. I think if Isak can start bagging again, I think brilliant. I think they'll be able to paper over some of the cracks still, but I do worry about a defensive error here and now.
Liverpool weren't great, but at the same time, they were definitely the better team, especially in that second half against United.
Also, it is a derby, so
they create
a good point.
chances, man. They just didn't finish them today.
But that's the worrying thing. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, if Isak starts bagging, they'll paper over some cracks. But even before this game, we were talking about defensive frailties.
Losing 4 on the bounce is terrible.
Yeah.
It's diabolical. It's treacherous. So, you know, I think Morley's has a lot of thinking to do on his side of things. Because I think right now he's focusing too much on the top of the league right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Arsenal top of the league, done really well. I think it's the best defensive start to a league in Arsenal's history. We've only conceded 3 goals. And if you look at who we conceded to, it's like Haaland, Walter, who's very good, and I can't remember the last one. Who was the last one? Someone very good. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But we've had the best start to a best defensive start to a Premier League season, which is brilliant. Obviously, still scoring from set pieces, which I'm not going to complain about because there are many times, there's been many a year where I've complained about not winning those type of games. So beggars can't be choosers. Now, one thing I was listening to, Mr. Alan Shearer, pretty good striker. He was talking about something very interesting. Obviously, Gyokores has scored 3 and 8 in the Prem now, I think.
Yeah.
Which is not terrible, but if you consider 2 of them were against Leeds and 1 against Andrew's Forest. People could say he needs to start bagging them in. But if you look at the stats of the team, the goals have obviously been shared for 1. And 2, I think Shearer made a really, really interesting point. He said, look, you know, Havertz in the team last season would drop really deep, and that would make the midfield more tight, essentially. There'd be less space to work in, and Saka and Martinelli and whoever else was on the wings would almost become the front 2 strikers, and Havertz would become like another 10. But now what's different is Gyokores is making runs in behind. So what it's doing is, for most teams, even if they are playing a low block, they're dropping a bit deeper because Gyokores is trying to make those runs in behind. And what that does is, especially in the 10 position where Eze or Odegaard would be, it's creating a lot more space. So he's saying essentially that Arsenal shouldn't be too worried and the goals will come. And to be fair to him, he's got a few chances now, and he does have that striker instinct that makes me feel all right. He's getting them on target. He's testing the keeper. He trusts in his ability to essentially hit it like no other person bar Harry Kane and maybe Rashford, I'd say. But I do think the goals will come with Gyokores. I do think he's a good player. It'd be great to have Havertz back to have an alternative way of playing going forward, but I do worry that we're going to get on his back when we shouldn't, because I think the things he does off the ball and the spaces that he takes actually benefits us a lot more than the goals he's not scoring yet.
When it comes to Gyokores, what did we buy him for?
Goals.
We bought him for goals. You know, we got Havertz, and we know goal scoring isn't his forte. We know he can score goals, but he offers a lot more for the team, which is why he was nailed in at certain points last season and the season before. For me, at some point he's got to start banging them in. But obviously we're not really gonna care or highlight it that much until, you know, maybe we drop a game and we go on and pour on a form where he hasn't scored or made an impact in a game. Like, I'm currently satisfied with the amount of effort he's putting in and like his ability to occupy all corners of the defense and make runs in behind, stretch the team and make it difficult for them. And, you know, with that, you're creating space for Eze, Rice, any Saka, Trossard, anyone that is kind of in and around the box. But, you know, I'd like to see him show some of that devastating finishing, because he did have probably 2 opportunities, maybe 3, which I feel like he could have made it, like, he's smashing it straight at the keeper. I feel like there's a couple finishes where he could have aimed for the corner a little bit more. Not just maybe that's the sign of less confidence or him just trying to, get it on target, hope for the best. But if you look at the top goal scoring metrics for the Premier League at the moment, you obviously got Haaland just way above the rest. But I think a lot of the strikers that we see in the league are probably staggered around the 6 goals to 3 goal range. So as long as he doesn't break away from that sort of gap, I'm fairly confident that if he gets a few goals against some of the lesser teams he's about to play, we can start to see his confidence rise a bit more, him start bearing more chances and actually making use of what we bought him for, making use of the money that we spent on him. So he's got stuff to improve on, but I think he knows that. But, I'm not panicking just yet. Faith is there. We're winning games. He's being useful. He's not being idle. So I'm okay at the moment, but I need him to score 15, maybe 17 goals minimum in the league. Yeah.
And we'll there's only one way to find out by watching the rest of the Prem. Yeah. Now, talking about watching the rest of the Prem, you want to touch on Saka?
Saka. What performance. This is a sort of game. Yeah, we were kind of nervous probably going into half time, but this is a sort of game that's literally just what the eye test means. Seeing what Saka was doing throughout that game, taking responsibility. And when I say like Saka, I've been saying for a while that Saka is the best floor player in the league right now. I can't think of anyone who basically, when they're at their worst, they're the best. If that makes sense.
What do you mean?
So like a floor player is like, I'd rather, if every player was to play their worst, Saka would be at the best of that group, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, got you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have your floor players, like, your worst performance is better than anyone else's worst performance. That's what I'm trying to say. When he's playing badly, he's still making the right decisions. He's still drawing men in. He's still able to, he might be missing chances. His crosses might be going over, but he's still going to get you there and again and keep trying and driving at you. So even at his worst, he makes you work. But even today or yesterday, in fact, obviously I don't know when this is coming out, but even the game against Fulham, he just terrorised Sessegnon. He was creating chances. He was constantly taking responsibility, and he was the captain for the day. And I'm sure that even played a part into his performance. Even again, he mentioned some of his corners were rubbish. Again, he's still started to recognise that and deliver a couple more quality opportunities, which we scored one from and almost scored another. So that performance, I think I even saw he won 14 duels that game.
Yeah, unreal.
Like, that's the second most in the league this whole season. Like, coming from a winger as well, someone that's been battling hamstring injuries for the past 8 to 10 months. So I think he's someone that we really need to protect because I can't have a situation again where we're without him for a sustained amount of time. That's kind of what's made our season last season peter out. So I think, yes, Saka's playing at his best, but let's not get too carried away with him completing multiple 90 minutes now. And let's try to protect him, make sure he's fully recovered and at 100% going into the big games, especially in the Premier League. So
he seems more confident, doesn't he? Like, even I forgot I was watching it next to someone. I think I was watching it with you. Him talking in Sky Sports after. I remember when he first came in the team, and of course this is normal when you're a younger player. You're a bit shy, but he seemed like what Nwaneri is now, like super shy. And I just thought that was his personality. But obviously, I think he is still probably a bit to himself. I don't know the guy, but it just came across like that on interviews and the way he talked. But like, there was something about his confidence in that interview I really liked. He seemed like a leader. I think the evolution of that I'm seeing of him now, which is great because there's been so many evolutions of him because he's so incredible. It's just the way he talks, the way he carries himself, the way that he knows he's the man. I think he showed elements of it, like when he was winding up Maddison after the England camp with the darts throwing celebration and stuff like that. But just like his relaxedness in that interview, for lack of a better term, he was like talking about how crap his corners were and like joking with the pundits saying, did you see them and stuff like that, and just knowing he's the man still and knowing that people can go to him. And there's a different aura around him. You could already tell he's a very confident player on the pitch, but now you're seeing, I think, off it, he's an even more confident player off it.
I think this season has the potential to, I can't speak. This season has the potential to be what last season should have been for him. When he started that season and he had 10 assists in the first half of the season, and he was, maybe going on form to beat, previous records, or, be up there with the highest ever assists in the Premier League in one single season. But I think he has the ability, obviously he's missed a month now, but he has the ability to make that same impact and like go from strength to strength and have a great year numbers wise and a great year in terms of being the talisman at this club. He's been one of the best players for like 3 years, I'd say now, at a bare minimum. So I think he's definitely becoming a man now at 24 and relishing the opportunity to really win this. I think all the boys have been hungry to win the league, and I think he realizes every year is an opportunity for him to improve as a player, but also to help, bring silverware to the club. So
yeah,
nah, man, he's at the level required right now. We just need to protect him and give him the best platform, I would say.
Do you know, on a slightly lighter note, I've always thought he sounds just like you.
Oh, I get this all the time.
No, like he looks nothing like you. But if I was to hear him, his accent and the way he speaks, it's like hearing you. It like really freaks me out sometimes. I don't know why.
I think I don't think he sounds like me. I think
no, he does.
I think the way he talks may sound like me at times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His accent. It's weird. It's like really weird. I remember when he first started talking, I was like, I swear that's Chika. It really freaks me out. Well,
he's Nigerian descent. Yeah. Raised in a Nigerian household. He's from West London.
He sounds just like you, mate.
I don't know. Do you guys think he sounds like me?
We'll have to wait and see.
Do you think Saka sounds like me? I don't know.
But I don't know.
I don't mind being compared to my winger.
Yeah.
Saka is my winger.
I mean, again, you look nothing like him.
I know. This guy's scared he's going to get cancelled, bro.
No, it's not that. I just don't want you to
We'll see him next pod. So I'd just like to take the opportunity to apologise to Chika and all of our followers.
Oh, I don't really give a shit anymore. I was calling you Madueke last week.
Madueke.
When you were playing football the other day with your headband.
Oh, God. Anytime I wear a headband.
Bro, I'm sorry, you got the same trim.
We didn't even have the same trim.
Similar trim.
We don't.
You're both wingers, you're both Ebo, and you both got a headband. I'm sorry, there are some comparisons there. So you look like Madueke and you sound like Saka.
Oh, God.
See? Don't give a shit. You're my mate.
Touche, man. Touche.
Yeah. Moving on. Just to wrap up the pod. Now, I haven't really got a maddest moment off the top of my head. I think we'll save one for the next one, and we'll make sure it's extra good, because I think last time I was just talking about how Jamie Carragher's Maltese, and that's not really wow.
I forgot to even contribute to this segment.
Yeah. It will come back with a bang. It will come back with a bang. Haaland now, I think, is on the list to reach 10 goals the quickest. I think out of like a top 8 or a top 10 or some sort. 3 times. He's reached 10 goals the quickest in the Prem 3 times now, which is, as in, on the stat leaderboard. That is mental, and this season is just ridiculous again. And you know how we're talking about, defense wins leagues and stuff like that. They do, with Arsenal's record. But I think an attack can win a league too. And I think if Haaland continues at this rate, City are definitely title contenders again.
I honestly thought this guy needed De Bruyne, needed someone to feed these chances. But half of these goals that he's creating these chances on his own just by bullying them. And I can't even say he has a weakness right now. I think when he started playing in the league, Roy Keane used to say, he's a League One player in every other facet of his game apart from finishing. So, but now he's taking the ball, turning, bringing other players into the game. He's pressing, putting pressure on defenders. Like I don't think right now as a striker he really has any sort of weakness. Build up plays, getting involved, coming deeper sometimes, holding men off, spreading out wide. Scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying. And also, I was, again, just watching highlights yesterday, and I did spot this before people analysed it as well, so I'm not just being lazy with what I'm saying. But it's his IQ in the box. It was his IQ in the box when, for that header against Everton, again, not sure when this is going to come out, he goes to run, like, dart into the box, and if you're Tarkowski or Keane, you're like, all right, I've got to be quick here because this guy can pick up pace really quickly. And then he just quickly stopped, pulled back. City, I think it might be an Oscar Barber, I can't remember who crossed it in, maybe Savinho, crossed it in, Bosch on his head. And Tarkowski and Keane obviously put on the accelerators, and now they kind of can't turn back because Haaland stopped, and now they're frozen. There's nothing you can do about that. And that is just elite IQ in a small second. And you know, the power in your legs you have to run that fast and just break like that without breaking your kneecaps is insane. So this guy is a freaking physical beast with an IQ and just everything. I still think, obviously, like, he's not the most technically, like, intricately techie player, but he doesn't need that.
Don't need that at all, man.
He doesn't need it.
Sometimes he doesn't even need the extra yard. He'll push you out the way and get his extra yard if he wants it.
And also, even after the whole stay humble way, I've actually started to like him. His PR department's doing a good bloody job. He was mic'd up in, like, Norway session. I was like, oh, this guy's actually quite sound. He's actually seems like it's like that clubbing video of him, like, just jumping around as well, and just, like, he seems like a really nice guy.
This guy, man, easily won over, bro.
Yeah, I like people.
Friend of an opposite op.
But yeah, he's, as you say, Roy Keane got it so wrong, and I think he's going to be terrifying a few more defences. Now, to wrap up, Freak of the Week.
Freak of the Week. Kupri, 19 years old, to burst on the scene like this, score 2 goals against a great Crystal Palace team, especially defensively. Great finishes as well. But yeah, exciting times. I think, you know, with Evan Nilsson in and out of the injury room, you know, call him what you want, sick note. I think having a young striker like that who you can see has all the ability to do well in the Premier League, props to him.
And he's gone really under the radar. Apparently in Ligue 1, he's got like 23, 24 goals. I love it when, like, you see a player and he, like, just comes out of nowhere. And he obviously hasn't, because he's done so well. But yeah, he looked double decent.
Could be out of the team.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the season, I mean.
Yeah. Bournemouth just keep on
coming a bit like Brighton, you know?
Yeah, they're coming a bit like Brighton, Bournemouth now. Howler, very easy. And I'm probably going to be murdered.
Morley?
Mr. Marinakis.
Oh.
He thought Jonathan Morley would murder me over Marinakis.
I don't know. I thought we were gonna get Morley, and then you went Marinakis. Yeah. Well, I think he's had a howler.
He's had that. Yeah. Well, Morley and Marinakis.
Yeah, both of them.
Love you, Morley.
Yeah, I do. It's love hate.